Master Robuster on the beat.
We don't cry for long. What I finish for our eyes. What I finish for our eyes.
Anaisa sia esunaia koma chisa for more. Anaisa sia esunaia koma chisa for more. Hallelujah to more, eh. Hallelujah to more, eh.
Wen koma igali kongo, ichini konge. Wen koma igali kongo, fabale kom ilema. Wen koma igali kongo, ichini konge. Wen koma igali kongo, fabale kom ilema.
Yes, I do more. Ikasi ba mi bua. Yes, I do more. Mi laiba for mana. Yeli akoma wo fosse ando se bua. Na yeli fute mana yeli ametwa ando ngale bua.
Ibale koma. Wen koma ibale koma. Wabonga fo wakrate koma. Na ibale koma.
We don't cry for long, we don't cry for long now. What I finish for our eyes, what I finish for our eyes. We don't cry for long, we don't cry for long now. What I finish for our eyes, what I finish for our eyes. Anaisa sia esunaia koma chisa for more. Anaisa sia esunaia koma chisa for more. Hallelujah to more, eh. Hallelujah to more, eh.
Wen koma igali kongo, ichini konge. Wen koma igali kongo, fabale kom ilema. Wen koma igali kongo, ichini konge. Wen koma igali kongo, fabale kom ilema.
Yes, I do more. Ikasi ba mi bua. Yes, I do more. Mi laiba for mana. Yeli akoma wo fosse ando se bua. Na yeli fute mana yeli ametwa ando ngale bua.
Ibale koma. Wen koma ibale koma. Wabonga fo wakrate koma. Na ibale koma.
We don't cry for long, we don't cry for long now. What I finish for our eyes, what I finish for our eyes. We don't cry for long, we don't cry for long now. What I finish for our eyes, what I finish for our eyes. Anaisa sia esunaia koma chisa for more. Anaisa sia esunaia koma chisa for more. Hallelujah to more, eh. Hallelujah to more, eh.
Wen koma igali kongo, ichini konge. Wen koma igali kongo, fabale kom ilema. Wen koma igali kongo, ichini konge. Wen koma igali kongo, fabale kom ilema.
Yes, I do more. Ikasi ba mi bua. Yes, I do more. Mi laiba for mana. Yeli akoma wo fosse ando se bua. Na yeli fute mana yeli ametwa ando ngale bua.
about coronavirus. Listen.
Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. You go up, you go down, you go left, now side we go run and turn. You go down, you go up, you go right, now side we go run and turn. Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. You go up, you go down, you go left, now side we go run and turn. You go down, you go up, you go right, now side we go run and turn. People, you know no color. COVID-19, you know no poor people. Corona, you know no man of God. Corona, COVID-19. Corona, why you do me so? Corona, why you kill my sister? Corona, why you take my brother go? Stay inside house, always wash your hands, always wear your mask and keep social distance. Needy shake your hands, needy touch your face. Drink your concoction, my brother. Koro, you the spread Koro, you the kilo. We must take care, make we stay for house. We must take care, make we wash our hands. We are not tired for drink concoction, you are not tired for drink concoction, we must take care, keep social distance, we must take care, don't forget your mask. Corona, where do you come from? I beg tell me, what do you want to? I beg tell me, you make me tingling. Now I go tingling. We don't win you, we don't conquer you, one concoction, we don't finish you, one concoction, we don't finish you. We are covered with the blood of Jesus, we are covered with the blood of Jesus. COVID-19, we nearly fear you. Koro, your time don't finish. Koro, my God will protect us. Koro, my God will protect us. COVID-19, we don't win you. COVID-19, we don't conquer you. Koro, we know the fear you. Koro, we know the fear you. Corona, your time don't finish. Koro, your time don't bole. Corona, your time don't
Hammer,
finish.
the president of Dominion Helping Association, Bamenda.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, fellow viewers, fellow Ambazonians, friends and sympathizers of Ambazonia, all over the world on ground zero, ground two, in Europe, in America, in Asia, in the Arctics. You are welcome again to the horizon, the voice of the Amber Woman on ABC TV. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, and our little children in the bushes, wherever you are, we are here again today. Your mothers, your sisters, your aunties are here to talk to you on this program, The Horizon. Today is the virtual roundtable discussion by Women in the Revolution with the theme One Eye on Boya, our capital, and one eye on the enemy. A lot has been going on. Many people are asking questions. The mothers of the house have taken the bold step to come and say, we have something to say. We have what we want to share with our brothers and sisters, with our children. They are here today. They are going to talk to you. They will let you know some of the things that they know from their perspectives, from the time they've been working in this government throughout this struggle. They are going to give you a countdown on what you and I, maybe we already know, maybe we know from another narratives, maybe we know from any other source, but there is nothing like getting the information firsthand from somebody who was, who is, and who is still going to be there so long as Boya is our target and we are marching forward. Ladies and gentlemen, sit tight and watch, listen, and take home. I will be calling the panelists. Each woman will come forth, introduce herself. In the second phase, we will explain how us, like mothers, put together time management, career, the family, and the struggle. Please don't get us wrong. We are not the only women in the revolution. Every one of us out there is doing more than enough for the revolution. What you are having here today, or maybe having subsequently, are women and mothers who say, I want to add my voice to the so many voices that are out there. If you are not here today, or you may not have the chance to come on, please don't think that you are not doing anything. You are equally doing more than enough. At this point in time, I'm going to be calling the panelists. I'm going to call the mother of the house. She is here with us, Dr. Patience Abiedu. My Patience, can you come? My Patience, are you there?
I am here. I don't hear any
You're
sound.
welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Thank you. Throw a salute for everybody. My mothers, my fathers, sisters and brothers, picking them all over for ground zero, ground one, all over the diaspora. We don't come today, mothers, sisters, for just can saluna, talk to una way Ma Richard already announced them. So for now, I just say I salute una. Thank una plenty for coming to listen to us.
Thank you. Thank you, my Patience. It's always a humble an honor to have you with us in the studio. I am going to call a very powerful backbone woman in this revolution, Ma Irene. You are welcome to the house. Welcome to the horizon. I'm honored to have you. Ma Irene, you are welcome. Ma Irene, are you in the house? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are on the horizon. The Amazonian women are here to talk to you. narrate to you, discuss with you, share with you their perspectives in the revolution. My Irene is still getting connected. I'm going to call another strong, powerful woman in this house in the revolution, Ma Comfort. No country roots, no Ma Comfort. Ma Comfort, you're welcome.
Thank you, Sister Rachel. Thank you for inviting me. I greet you all, dear televiewers, Amazonians, and sympathizers. I'm happy to be here tonight. And I greet you all, fellow panelists. Thanks.
Okay, Ma Comfort, you are very welcome. And I'm happy to have you, as usual. In this house
Thank you.
today,
Pleasure is mine.
you'll be seeing the women that you already know. But today they are here under different capacity. I will equally bring to you Lady Casey. Without Lady Casey, no Amber Focus. Lady Casey, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Sister Rachel. I'm honored to be invited to this great platform to talk to our people. And I want to take this opportunity to greet all our people on Ground Zero. Your resilience and your determination keeps us going. And that is why we are here. So, greet all of you and thank you for inviting me once again.
You're welcome, Lady Casey. I appreciate you in every effort of yours. Is Ma Irene ready? Ma Irene, the platform is yours. I take it that Ma Irene is still getting connected, to get connected from different angle all over the world to have a program put before you is not child's play. But we thank God Almighty for the marvelous job he's been supporting us because this Amazonian struggle is his ordained struggle. Not taking much of our time, I would just like us to get into the details of the program. I said before that we were going to be talking on how women in this revolution, how we manage our time, we manage family, we manage career. I'm going to call on Ma Patience to throw light. Just give us a little hint what you, as a mother, as a wife, as a career lady, has been pulling along. Thank you.
Well, Rachel, this struggle, for some of us, speak for myself, I joined it in early 2017. And I still work full time as a pharmacist. I have a doctor of pharmacy degree, so I practice as a pharmacist. I'm still a mother and I'm still a wife. But the one thing that gets me going is that on Ground Zero, there are a lot of people, a lot of women that also are professionals, but because of the war, their lifestyle has been torn apart. I'm here in the comfort of my home. I have food every day. I have a place to lay down my head. But what about that mother, that lady, that child back home that had all those things at one time, but all of a sudden, those things are no longer available? So because of all that, it gives us incentive, it gives us the strength, the determination to at least do something with the ultimate goal to realize all our dreams, which is to get to Boya. That's it in a nutshell, my Rachel. That's it in a nutshell.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ma Patience. It is good to hear from you because we all know in the Western world, it's not running from home to work and all those things, driving maybe 2 hours away from home just to go to work. It's not a child's play. So, and coupled with the revolution and the impact, the time we put in is something worth reckoning with. I'm going to call our sister, Lady Casey. to share with us how she blends time management, family, home, career, so she could encourage other women who might be thinking, I don't have time. Please, Lady Casey.
Thank you, Ma Rachel. You ended by those who are thinking they don't have time. Um, my patient stated that when you think about the people in the bushes, you think about the women, the children who have lost every livelihood, you will not say you don't have time. You will create that time. You will make sure that you make time for this. So for me personally, I've had an idea about this revolution in 2007. I was participating passively until 2016 that I knew the hour has come, and I had not looked back. I basically programmed everything, and one amazing thing that have kept me going is a support system, is a supportive family and friends who understand that the revolution is my priority, so there are certain level of attention they don't demand from me anymore. So that has given me the time and leverage to devote so much time and my duty to the revolution. And this is life. We cannot, there's so many avenues in this revolution to participate in. Some doesn't take much time. So we all need to come on board because it is together that will make it quicker to Boya. Thank you.
Very, very well done. Thank you, Lady Casey. Sister Comfort, could you come in and share
Yeah,
with
sure,
us? I
sure.
see. Sure.
Okay.
Great
Yeah,
coming in.
yeah. I think I'll equally like to share some of these things we're sharing here, ladies and gentlemen, is not to show up something that someone doesn't have or so, but we just want to share our experience in order to encourage someone like Lady Casey says, someone who thinks they don't have time. This whole thing, let me just step back to 2016, that blessed day when a girl was being, or when the girls were being raped, and I saw no need to sit down. I sat on this table and I've never taken up, I've never stood up again. We're doing a lot of things. I have 4 children, one of them who has been conceived and born in this revolution. Meanwhile, during the revolution, I have studied. I have I'm a trained nurse. I've studied here in the UK. I have a master's in health law and ethics. I had to travel 1 hour 3 times a week, 1 hour to and fro to go to study and then come back and still do the revolution, raise the children. Mine are still very small. I have explained everything and they just want to understand and flow with the things. So they are growing with the revolution and they understand that, of course, they do ask me, say, Mama, we really do understand what can be worse than staying in the bushes, So if you think that I'm sitting here, even though you need me for us to go to the park, I want to remind you that a boy or a girl like you is sleeping in the bush, a little baby like your little brother has been shot dead, and they only have to understand and swim through. And believe me, where there is a will, there is a way. And if you really think that it's disturbing, there's just every reason for you to find time. It's not sugar leaking, it takes beating the body. So nobody, most of the times people call on me to smile because there's nothing to smile about. We are going through a lot, but that is how much we need to go through in order to make it to Boya. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my comfort. I know. For me, it may
Rachel,
not. Yes, Ma
I
Irene
was going to
is
ask
in
you.
the
I was
top.
going to ask you, what about yourself?
I
Yes,
know.
Ma
How do you feel about this?
No,
Sure.
Mark, I was coming to that to let our audience know that there is a little bit of, we've decided to alter our program just a little bit, not just to let me not sit here completely like the host, but to partake in the discussion. So, like a mother, like a wife, a career lady, I will equally say it has not been easy, but only by the grace of God that I have been able to be here. Since the beginning of 2016, when lawyers were being shot, the first batch of them that got into Condemned Central Prison, I have been there. In the revolution, from the beginning of it, from our first former president to my benchmates, almost everybody that has really been tight in this revolution, I have sat with them one point or the other in along my life. So for me, I see that this revolution, I was called into it, not just because there is a war, but it was ordained that I really have to be here. Because even in my Christian life, I do the prison ministry. So when responsibilities were being given out, oh, so my country head that time, Pav Otto, called me and said, "This thing, you are a social worker. You, I know you will go very well in the social department. Go there and take." I said, "No problem." The moment I got there, the same moment I was just called to go on to taking responsibilities in the prison. Then I confirmed, I say, yes, really, this revolution is God ordained. And how did they even know that I have something to do, have passion for people in the prisons, the social work, their welfare, and all the likes. So, you know, it has been from one meeting to the other, heading the country coordinator, being in the prisons, being in the women's department, holding meetings. You know, it's a thing of joy to know that you can give out yourself when your people really need you. In as much as it is
Absolutely.
tight,
Yep.
in as much as it is tight for us not to even have time for the children, we tell them, wait, 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 I am on the phone, I have a meeting. But
Yeah.
then it is because what you know that is right and it is just, you stand for it. The people around you, the positive attraction will bring them together. It has been able to bring my husband, bring my children, every one of us, we are into it as if, not just because there is a war, but because some people will not be killed, will not be tortured, will not be maltreated, will not be taking that which is theirs from them. And you are part of it and you stay quiet because you are in another country. So, like a mother, I'm calling all the wives and mothers and sisters out there to put their voice, do something for this revolution. Thank you. I
I think
can
I saw Ma
sing.
Irene one moment. I don't know if she
Yes,
Yes.
came in.
Yes.
exactly. I saw my Irene. I just wanted to jump to her just right away. My Irene. Oh, big sis. You're welcome. Oh, she's
It's like she's
being.
freezing. She's just
No, she is. She is. She isn't. She's getting us. My Irene. My Irene. Oh,
I don't think she's
are
hearing
you
uh
getting
us.
us?
okay, let me call her and see.
Yes. Her volume is.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's some
Before.
In the
there's
No,
meantime,
something.
yeah.
patience. Are you calling her Omar Comfort?
Yes. Comfort is calling.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, fellow viewers. You are on the horizon, the voice of the Amber Woman on ABC TV. You can see your variety of your sisters diverse from one career to the other, from pharmacists to social health care, here a social
Yeah,
psychology
see, then I
to
see you freeze. Before you say the
economy
yeah.
and everything. We are just everywhere.
Before you
We
speak blue, yeah.
understand. That is why we are seeing our revolution that is going in another, how God is really blessing it, taking us peacefully, gradually to Boya, while at the same time enlightening us to be able to do what is right. And for us, the Bible says, don't be ignorant of the device of the enemy. In as much as God is driving us to Boya, the enemy thinks they can drag us to hell. But we are saying, no, we are not going to any hell. We know the light, we know the truth, we know the way, and the way is Boya. That is why women of the house, mothers of the house, they would like to share with you their knowledge, what they know, and to distinguish from those who are dragging, who wants to drag you to the pit where you don't want to go. That's why we are sleeping and keeping an eye to Boya, keeping the other eye to at the enemy, so that we should not be deceived, right? My
Yes.
patience, I will begin with you.
Yes.
Please, I know the lots and lots of places you've been, what you're doing. Please share with us, share with your children, share with the house. Those people who think that they can spoil, not knowing that God has already ordained. Please.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity, Rachel. I will talk this one for Pidgin so that all man will hear me understand. The idea about enemy for we struggle, not be say we really hate person in particular. We say this now these people that they make we progress, we struggle, need to go the right way. So they be enemy to the struggle. I will start by talking about a process that started in 2018. That's what they call and say APNC. I think at the beginning where we really start get enemy for this we struggle. Because who be there behind this APNC? I don't know what I want to remember. I will read something here right now because I want give one of the facts. So sometime in the end of 2018, I think it'd be around September, October, now the time when this thing be start, where a group of people then decide say they want to get this conference. So now who they be convene them? At that time they will call them, say, I'll read it. It is claimed that Ambazonia Prisoners of Conscience, Ambazonia Youth Coalition Council, Southern Cameroon's refugees in Nigeria, Ambazonia Liberation Movement, Ambazonia Prisoners of War decided to have a conversation in order to take stocks about our revolution at that time. So they decided to convene this APNC, and it was targeted to take place in February. I'll go back for talk. If we want to go inside for dig into it more and more for see what to be really behind, I be sorry. Today not time for really empty we belly out. I don't really talk before say former President Sissoko, you know do fine for us. Because I think that the beginning time where it come out, it won't come out. They want to use APNC so that they go move our president Sako for office and then may take over. What was behind this all along? Why President Sissoko be chasing if he just come now can't take over? We're there for prison. Now the beginning that for trouble for we revolution. So that was one of the enemies that we had. And not again, let's get me out. I know they say President Sissoko an enemy. I say what we don't do, the process all along, it don't set we back. Come now 2 years now after, almost 2 years, we're there now for 2020. Because of all the things we start that time, they don't create two government, a fraction. When I don't say if we be there all together for one, if there was one big interim government, I don't talk this thing last time. We were journey for Boya, for be closer. Remember this show today, I say one eye on Boya, one eye on the enemy. So we want to discuss all the people the way they don't do for road, so that maybe they feel rethink. If they are really truly for our independence, they will rethink what they do. So that means all this killing where people that they die, all the people that they stay for bush, all our refugees them, all this problem will stop. So I go start one without one marriage. Make the next person talk. I get more for come back. But for me, that was the beginning for enemy for our revolution.
Okay. Before I go call another person, may talk.
Yeah.
I go one try for see whether Ma Irene don't connect. Ma Irene, you don't connect. Ma Irene. Okay. This thing not easy for connect to. Me una not blame any person. Now so it used to be. Now why that way programs that they start late sometime before you connect person for UK, person for Germany, person for Holland, for Austria, person for all side, America, north, south, it is difficult. So My patients don't talk small part for your own. I go call now Lady Casey. May to talk your own small one. All we go talk. Please, Lady Casey, can you share with us?
Yes. Thank you very much. I mean, I really like the topic of today. One eye on the enemy, one eye in Boya. You know, that is exactly how we need to operate in this revolution. Always. In fact, we need two eyes on the enemy. You know, we need to develop extra senses because the enemy we have, that are within, that are around us, that come as friends, that comes as sympathizers, the enemy that comes as those who understand our cause, come as brothers and sisters. That one is more dangerous than the La Republique because this current state of the revolution, the La Republique du Cameroon is frustrated, they are lost, in fact, they are defeated. The only people, the only set of people that are giving La Republic some hope are enablers and the so-called Anglophone elites. Those are the only people giving La Republic any kind of hold on Ambazonia. And you know, I know my patients was trying to be very sweet in this, saying we don't consider some people as enemies. But when you are make yourself an enemy too, or an unwitting agent serving the purpose of the enemy, in my world of war, you are part of the enemy entity and you'll be treated as such. My patients really dig to the real issue where the beginning of these problems we've had in this revolution. But let's see what is happening now. I want to talk to our people on ground zero. La Republique have used our prisoner of conscience as punctuation mark to our revolution. When every time we are making progress, they will start that, oh, they are about to release them. Oh, they are doing appeal. They are appealing for their case, for their release in court. So everybody gets distracted and starts saying, "Whoa, what's happening to that appeal?" And then now that we have done an amazing job with the draft, they get out that they are talking ceasefire with our prisoners of war. So this is what the Republic is using. They are a tool in the enemy's hands. And because they've made themselves that way, they put themselves in that position to be used as an enemy too. Now that they are fighting for their own freedom and they don't care who dies or who is killed or what Amazonia loses, they just want what they want. And if these are people who have preferred to collaborate with the enemy, like Camto, you know, firing Amazonian lawyers. They have done everything to show that they are working in the enemy's interest. So we have seen several. I can start listing it from here, or I will not leave this place today. So I'll just remind Ambazonia that our eye on the enemy, we should not give the enemy that chance to repeatedly use our example, the Anglophone elites, and use the prisoners of war um, to be distracting this revolution. We should stay focused. If you know what if your other eye is on Boya and you have seen all the enemy strategy, because all they are doing, all this talk of ceasefire is of no interest or benefit to the revolution. So there is no way in anybody in their normal logical thinking would consider it as a thought at all. So we
Thank
must
you.
stay focused and stay resolute.
Thank you, Lady Casey. As you rightly said, we can name them. Name them. There are so many, they know themselves, but we will emphasize on some of them, some incidents where they are using it as a tool, as a weapon to think they can break through. We will know the truth. We will have been there. Those who have what it takes to let our people know that it is not what the enemy is telling you, but this is what you should face. We are still coming to it. Let me call to our sister, Sister Comfort. Could you just come in and tell us, give one or two uh, of these enemies who think that they can have their way through?
can see that
Sister
I'm very
Comfort,
anxious because I can't. Yes, can you hear me, please? Can you hear me?
I can tell you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, as you can see, I could not just wait for you to speak because thank you for bringing this up. And for my first time today, I would actually say a few things which I thought I was never going to say. But because it's time, we can only say them. Thank you, Mape, for taking a step back to history, to the history of APNC and so on. Before that, I want to equally confirm the title for today, One Eye on Boya and One Eye on the Enemy. Of course, yes, Boya is my treasure, and where my treasure is, there is my heart. And so if I want to preserve my treasure, I want to take another eye and look around to see what is coming from whatever direction to cause damage to that treasure, which is the enemy. It is really sad that today we're using the word enemy, sitting here using the word enemy, because it is sad as it was hatched in the days of APNC. My enemy here, either you are the enemy or you have caused something that is aching me so much. I don't know how to put it, just take it anywhere how it is. Remember, these people, whoever created the APNC, are the same people who presented Dr. Sako and his agenda wrongly to Sisiko. Because all along, Dr. Sako's language or President Sako's language was, my brother, my president, I am preserving the seat, I am preserving somebody's seat. Immediately he comes, I am moving, I am just here in the acting because he is coming, he is our president. He comes and you can't speak to him because the people have told you what they have said about him and you can't listen to him. Secondly, I do blame Sisiku, the reason for which I was one of the people who voted for his impeachment. The audio was recorded and sent to me saying, are you really talking about Sisiko? So I say, yes. Send him for Sisiko. Me no saying a comfort your own man. You know, say you of all with Sisiko man. I say, yes. If my man don't mess up, let him know say don't mess up. You know, it's not correct. Would it suffer today and not care about any splinter groups around, but all mess will they inside today now because Sisiko let himself be dragged into the mud by people where they fight for defend their own interest. Because just say today, the interim government finally failed today as they work tooth and nail, say make it fail, and these people take over. They could still sideline Sisiko, they still relegate it at the background because who gives powers to a prisoner? Now only you will fight from a free place to free an enslaved person. Why in the first place they will catch you? Because they do what they do. Then when they for them, they will give you room, say stay in our dragnet and get yourself free and get yourself a free homeland. In that the worker so all of these things, if we remember sisters, the things the way they make now would one confused whether we say enemy or not. But enmity come into or vexation come inside because for the first time in 2 years ago where the United Nations Security Council be listened to our case for the very first time in life. Now the day that where some parallel government under Sisiku was launched, where Yerima moved from the IG today and became vice president tomorrow. That is disgusting. Una forgive me. Una throw me out of here. But it's the time where we need to talk. And it is really sad because all the things that we go through today, not because Sisiko let himself be dragged into mud by greedy people, by people where they fight the great agenda for protect. Because if not be me a holder power, enough you worker. You don't hear no. And this is where it is. It not be all be about power because President Sako be ever think about power until he came to here. So if that people the marriage, I'm sorry, I'll steal the time. You may not stop. I'm really sorry because the thing I say, if that people them when they don't pose themselves like enemy, I want for think that if they think they want be stumbling block, we will use them like stepping stones. If they like me, they rise themselves up like mountain. We will climb on top and just say Ambazonia is a city built on the hill and it can never be hidden. If they like me, they lower themselves down to a mountain and say they are speed breaks. We will gather momentum. I would roll over them because we must come. That is it. So everybody stay their lane. I mean, they watch out. I don't care about others, but it's all about Sisiko and those people where they be used and let itself be used. Thank you.
You know what? Let me just follow up since we began our conversation.
Yes.
Based on everything when Malcolm for don't talk and even Lady Casey, my gut feeling, my deep down feeling that say Sisiko was never for our independence. Yes. I really believe that's the case. I think he was never for our independence because there's no way if he was for our independence, we'll be going through what we are going through right now. He was either for a federation, or he just wanted to use the system for to get popular. Whatever the case may be, he pretended to be for independence. Pat Tasang is there sitting right there in the same cell with him. If you take lesson for Pat Tasang, that's somebody who's for independence. So
Yes.
I want to say this is a primary enemy of our struggle, and we shall overcome, because everything that is happening right now, Bia or whoever is having a conversation with him at the jail, will not go anywhere. The international community still say that sham. That's all a sham. It will not go anywhere. Also, people who they support Siseko are enemies to the struggle. Why will you be supporting somebody whom you know is not for the benefit of us getting to Buea? So the thousands of people that are behind him, this is time for them to take a break and say, "No, this is wrong. Let's either be quiet out of shame, or let's put our energy. Come back to the interim government headed by the real President Sako. We'll welcome you back. Let's together join and shorten this journey. There's no way sticking. Unless you wanted federation in the first place. I'll just connect to somebody else. The person
Yeah, Mape, we talk something. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Let me just follow up from
all right.
Let me just follow up from where Mape has landed. Mape said something that those who are empowering and supporting Siseko, that Siseko was never for this revolution. See, this revolution have gone through so many phases, and we are where we are. For and Siseko to put himself at the disposal or to be used as a tool against our revolution by the enemy, and all those supporting him, let me tell you, the independence of Southern Cameroon is not a lip service. It's not what you say.
Yes.
It's what you do, and it's not what you do once in a while. It's what you do consistently. Mape, you know you make call to somebody who is suffering. You know your personal dedication and commitment, both time, financially, to this revolution. That is someone who wants the freedom of Amazonia, even when things don't go the way you think it should go, but you remain resolute. That is the same thing for anybody who choose to be supporting a tool of an enemy, to become a tool of an enemy entity against the freedom quest of Southern Cameroon. It is an enemy. He knows the solution to the problem. He made the choice. He's an adult. He's grown to put himself in that position. Like I said, some things that, there was a time Secretary Chris said something about neutralization, and the whole Facebook was exploding.
I
And said
know.
it's because he even said it. There are some things that if some of us were in certain position, we will not say it, we will act it. So let us not be messing around. Our key reason why we are still struggling in this revolution is because of the enablers and the Anglophone elites. And if we don't face them heads on, then we are delaying our freedom cause. So we need to crush them down. All enablers and all the Anglophone elites. They should never find peace in our territory. They should remain in La Republique. Until then, we are slowing our course. So we need to take them on and deal with them accordingly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Rachel, are you taking the mic? Please. So I'm eager. I'm really itchy to come in, because you don't really expect the woman to scratch his
I
own
hope
throat.
the ABC team, I hope the ABC team is going to grant us an extra hour. I don't know if there's a program coming on after this. Ladies and
There is.
gentlemen, the way you see the talk going on is hotter, and we still have things to discuss. So yes, Malcolm, for go. I'll just contribute just 2 sentences. You
Carry
go
on,
ahead.
carry on. I'll come after you, sister. You want me to come after
Yes,
you?
yes, just come after me. My point is that we are talking of the enemy in this revolution. We are talking of the enemy in this revolution. Really, the enemies are hiding their heads like an ostrich inside the sand. I said before that I was there in the prison, working in the prisons, like the prison and directorate from HSS. I know the very first day. President Siseko came out from former President Siseko came out from said and was transferred to principal prison. There is one dangerous man sitting in Kondengi Central Prison who that same day called President Siseko through one of our brother's phone that was in there. He is out now, narrating nonsense to President Siseko, telling him whatever they had been planning, I don't know with whom, that same day he called him. And this man, no other is Penterence. I will call his name today and anytime.
Yes.
He called him. And the next minute, I saw in the European Women's Forum how one other lady, Eleanor, everybody knows her. She wrote it there that our enemy, those who are fighting to shut down our SCBC, our president has come out. He is behind us. We should keep pressing. He will not, nobody will take away SCBC from us. What I did was, I called Penterence. I said, I have seen something in our forum. Did you speak with President Siseko? He said, no, he did not. I said, but there, somebody has written that he has communicated with you. What is going on? And the person whose phone was used called me to say, Mama, you are sitting there. If you hear what this person is saying in the president's ear, you will not imagine. To cut a long story short, that prompted, when I called the Penterence, he refused. He said he hasn't spoken. He told me I should go into that forum and go and debunk that message. I said, no, I can't do such a thing because I don't know what has transpired between you. So the next thing was, what I had to do, like the prison director, I said, okay, the president has to have a phone. The first mobile phone he used in there through the people, the handlers that were consulting them that time, we bought it. He got the first phone from us. Their first medical examiners from late Dr. Ben Mona's clinic, we sponsored, they went there. The microwave that they're even using today, we were the one who got it. Just to make it know that when I got back to Penterence told me that yes, it is time we begin to let the president come back before some people come and take what do not belong to them. I asked him, who are those coming to take what from whom? Even by the time they were organizing that AMPC, they called me into those meetings. They said, somebody like you are supposed to be there to coordinate the meeting, to be part of the meeting. I was asking a lot of questions. They now realized that this one is asking too many questions. Maybe she might not be a very good tool for what we want to do. There are a lot of encounters that we have had with these enemies within. Those are the most dangerous people you can have around in this revolution. And for any man or woman, Amazonian, even the international community is beginning to realize that there are some people who are out there to destroy this God-ordained struggle. And if you are one of them, if you are that woman, I have all of you, those women that were in Saudi, Cameroon, in this
Europe women, skew.
This Euro women, this cute thing. I think, I don't know how you look at your face in the mirror every day to ask yourself if you are going to Boya or where are you going to. If you want to call the names here, we will not finish. You know the encounters.
Yeah, and Maggie, if I may chip in something.
My sister, come in.
Can you hear me, Maggie? Yeah.
Yes, you can come
in.
Hello.
We're hearing you.
I just know. Yes, I'm just happy. Today's a kind of hit and miss day. So let's just pick anything that comes up and put it out there because, all right, appeal don't come from home. Say, make we talk for pigeon. If mama and papa, they should don't corner TV, fine, more explain. Maybe they get one or two things to take home. So I want to remind us, say, since when the Nera 10 happened, we have listened to 4 different stories, testimonies from Nera 10. Nobody ever feel like sister. Milan will tell a story. Enanga, the lady in Europe,
Naloba.
the
Naloa.
lawyer,
No longer.
Naloba, he
No
tell a
longer.
story. He not click at all. After that, Sisiko himself be tell a story that he talks a bit emotional because the night where I be listening to Sisiko, if it remain less than a week, I go born. I thought I begin to born that night because I be shit up for up till 3 a.m. listening, thinking that at least the last word could be a word which could give me hope. I listen from
Yeah.
start to end. Sisiko's
He's
story, Milan's story, and Lanoa's story, nothing, enough click. Before the Kintasa bring another story, nothing not resemble a friend. So we take some of these questions for ask. They never be ready for answer them yet. All they do now for things that they fit stand on our way. Enough it work. And this thing will be say we don't overkeep them. Me out there, even at the watch social media these days, I am paying the price very, very dearly because I've been one of those people who are still believe in respect of everybody. And people that they call me now, say I be a pro Sisiko or pro whatever, because of some of these things. We don't need them anymore. Whether you call names, you do what, anybody where it is stand on our way, make them watch out now because we don't get enough. And one person where Lady Casey been mentioned earlier on. Now, because one of these things too, when you listen to their conspiracy theories, these people that don't meet up here, shows you someone when I don't get some of these invitations, they be good at crafting. They could write a very long letter where you read till the 1 millionth word. You not feel stop because it be so sweet. They present you, make her you look like the angel. But I'm not that beautiful. I'm not that good. I'm just comfort. Like Rachel is Rachel. Like Mape is Mape, and so on. Don't make me look as I'm an angel. They say, "My comfort, you are the best, but you are dining with thieves." I said, "No, I am a thief. This woman is she of the so I become robber." Sakona thief man, and Sakona move put my own. You can't stop it. You don't hear no. Why? Because these things, you don't need a rocket science. Just do the right thing because whatever she does, I'll be very desperate to go home the next minute. I want that person
Yeah.
will stand up, do that exact thing. We will take we home quicker than wait to wait President Sarkozy do them. For broad daylight, I will sit on top this seat. I tell Ambazonia and say, hey, now the right place, now where I belong this now. Okay? So are they here? Me not for cover background can convince me because I've been mature enough. I feel distinguished wrong from right. Just present that good one, that better one, and I move on because I want to go home. So make we stop all of these things, all of the babysitting, all of the sisikoing, glorifying or deifying sisikoing for things the things that go wrong. Sisiko even define for place where they because at least it is still inside house. Sorry. It would have things I need to sympathize for you. That's your cup of tea because I do sympathize, but it not be worse than what way picking where they born on top grass. It not be worse than a woman like me padding themselves with mouse plants. So some of these
yeah.
things have to be stopped. All of these things that they happen
Exactly.
for us, they don't have any meaning. The only
Yes,
meaning,
and
wait,
my
the only
comfort, can
problem
I
one is
just
an physical. Because if you be there on the right path, everything will be correct. Any other thing will be a distraction. Now you don't break with
Yes,
the two, and we
yes,
only,
exactly.
so it's not
My
funny.
comfort.
It's not funny anymore. Sorry.
my my
My
comfort, I
comfort.
feel just add Sister Rachel, just
Yes,
briefly,
yes, go on.
Mark confirm mention say if they find it when they sympathize ye. See, more no even become confused. I want to start off for PG now because our that request will get up ground zero. See, more no the confused. This revolution is going on. We know say time after time, this Southern Cameroon freedom quest no start na today. And the La Republic don't always the use now our own people them for the cause distraction because we are so
Right.
sweet, we are loving, we are one big family, we want to love everybody, even our enemies. you know we like that thing we want some people they because of their small history of the revolution they want use that their small history where they don't contribute for the revolution for one can destroy we now or can and derail the freedom quest because they don't sacrifice. So when they you want correct their distraction them, some person will say, hey, talk for that old man so hey, get for talk so. No, 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 this is war. We are at war
Yeah.
and there is no
Oh,
sentiment in war. And anybody and anything that looks like the enemy should be crushed. And anybody that put themselves in the hand of the enemy to be used against this freedom quest will not even need for the debate whether we sorry or we not sorry. because no na he be the only person for jail. You will not mention Patasang for year. Patasang don't remain consistent with a good God spirit in him. Don't remain consistent despite all. He don't lost every livelihood where he don't ever work for. He don't remain for jail, but he don't say if he sacrifice his whole life for the freedom of Amazonia, then that is an example we should be promoting. Even this topic itself about Siseko it should be done. Ambazonians should clear it from their minds and thoughts, because left to me, he should have been properly neutralized by now, so that the enemy will not be using him to be distracting and creating confusion everywhere, and all these wicked souls outside in the diaspora joining and supporting it, and supporting the enemy. So all of those people who like to take cut videos and audios and be spreading it anywhere, I have said it. Thank you.
Rachel, I beg, just 1 second.
No,
I'm really,
Marichka.
really apologize.
When I check whether Ma Irene don't enter. Ma
Okay.
Irene. Ma Irene.
Well, at times
I
it will be flash
connect
on
with you
screen.
for. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
I want to say, yeah, don't ask our technician to see what I feel helping. I want to just connect this, continue with this conversation. So what will be the ultimate goal for this? We don't count, we don't cry. We didn't mention one particular enemy. There are many others who will call their names later on. We didn't mention one particular one will be a big one. What one may happen after this? I think after this we showed today, we ask when I say anything where Seseko write them, when I try for Bush, may man not read them.
Yes.
Anything will come for me when I just discard them. People whether they follow you for Facebook or they make information about you when I disregard that people them too because they are enemies. So
yes,
if anything else come out of this meeting today that say Seseko should be buried once and for all, so that we can move forward to Boya.
Okay, can I drop? Yes. Can I drop into?
Something I go one drop and I say word talk what you talk get power, and anything where you talk be very very careful. May not fall for that trap. Make we not fall for the trap. I be the follow Congressman John Lewis, the funeral yesterday.
Yeah.
The Reverend Nelson, he talk say, na Congressman be use that word say non-violence between 1963 and up to today. Now he start that word. Say history don't distort them, they don't give them for another person. Say but he like the person will be the work with you from that time. Now he be first make that statement. And today, now Seseko, they make that statement say anybody will go against this revolution, me they put it under the bus.
Exactly.
Now he be declare independence 2017, declare the restoration of Ambazonian statehood for 2017. All we agree say we go only mediate with a third party outside Ambazonia, outside La Republique.
La Republique.
In a foreign land.
Yes.
May una start look am. Now who don't put himself under boss? May not be saying now we the canton now say may they put it for under boss oh. Because now the thing where he say if you start go against, one na put the person under. Now he don't go hold talks with La Republique. He don't hold meeting. He endorse special say whatever.
Special status.
I don't want to call him for my mom. All that thing the way he go do am. All that thing the way na himself do am. Not be there under boss. But some person put it for them. Now he be talk am, words are powerful. So ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, whatever we are saying today, we are not sent, but we should be conscious. We should be conscious. Say, no, not talk today because we think say now we be chief. Say tomorrow, we have to be careful. Oh, when our brothers and sisters, the way when they make audio, They criticize Secretary Chris. They criticize President Sako. They try to insult women them. They use their private home. They use their matrimony. All of una, whether the one that where they inside this revolution with this house, or the one that where they don't decide for dying with the enemy, make all we be very, very careful. I go leave this topic with una. Make everybody go home. Go read Jeremiah 18, verse 1 to 12. That was a revelation I got yesterday. I received a new Bible yesterday. When I was praying on that Bible, thanking God that my Bible came, he said, let the people read Revelation and Jeremiah 18, verse 1 to 12. Jeremiah 18. When you read them, every other thing where they put Ambazonia, you go answer the question.
Amen.
You anyway, you listen to us, you friend of Ambazonia, you sympathizer of Ambazonia, you go no say you really get to put one eye to the go boya and one eye to the go to watch the enemy. Make their devil's plan. It can never succeed in Jesus' name.
Yes.
I thank you now.
Yeah, thank you, Mani. I think
I don't know whether we go figure for the number 2 because we get to talk why we get to go to
Mani,
Boya.
please.
And wait till we don't do so far.
I beg, I really want
go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
See, one thing I don't want to confirm or cement something when my parent talk said today, we drop everything about Sisiko. The truth na say, officially, Sisiko will not be impeached by our Restoration Council. Think when they make a come back for our mouth and say, it is stand on our way. Sorry. Because all these distractions, all this theater where they make them outside there, where not funny, nobody did all the drama they make them for outside, they're not funny for anybody for smile. The international community they record them, and out there they talk how a peace talk or some nonsense. They go out there, will not be on my behalf, not be on your behalf. Now the reason for which in name they come. But if somebody feel do well, the people where they be good and taking exit. Make them pick this one for test say, please, make it do anything or do us a favor, but staying out of our way. Make do anything we fit. Like our other senior comrades they talked last time. Say if we do anything for negotiate in freedom from prison and not the freedom of Amazonia because he cannot do it from where he is now. And secondly, make we not forget, say, SCBC. Normally, we are building a very huge, fat, big country. In a good news, say we get a lot of TV channels. But what would it do? Why all of these channels not be revolutionary outlets? Why if ABC not there, then our people cannot be informed? Why if ABC not there on the other people, the other channel can go out there to poison the minds of our people? You go tell our people back home, say, Dr. Sarkozy ever refused for unite with Sisiku. Can we hold a town hall meeting? Because all of us know how to do town halls and hold a unity talk in front of Mama and Papa. Then now when both of us get TV where would broadcast for satellite. Me, Mama and Papa, and see who they go wrong. Can we do something for finally let our people their mind to rest? The confusion with ABC, the SCBC, the pump and for outside the back home, it be sad. It be really, really sad. Well, once in a while, when I stumble on it, I say, what are they doing here? All the big brains and the beautiful faces. When I did for you, only for staying on our own selves, for delay, for keep killing another people and raping another girls and burning another mommy as happy by sending out what you want to do for you. So we count enemy, not forget SCBC, sorry. I did say it and also after this I will pay the price, but it doesn't matter if that is what takes us to Boya. Truth be told, SCBC needs to sit up and do the revolution and not what they are doing now. Thanks.
I'll follow up with that, Ma Rachel. So you make a good point, Sister Comfort. You make a good point. They're all connected. SCBC be connected with Siseko. They're all connected. I would say when Siseko be come out, I may be in the position where I will get some invitation where Siseko agenda that say may SCBC merge with ABC. It don't be like the fact that ABC day. It want Mrs. SBC and SCBC and ABC merge together.
Right.
Fortunately for us, fortunately for us, it happen. And the question I say, why Siseko be more interested in SCBC than ABC? If I can't glance, there's a new television called ABC. Let's encourage it. But it won't make ABC disappear. That was a goal. It all bring me back to the point, say, this man was not for our revolution. Maybe it began some financial...
I say Sisiko to be question say why if he say una never split. All the owner say, you know what, listen to anything. Owner say, all man must come back for SCBC. We say, but let us first of all explain what will never happen. As
Why?
you far, you don't come
Exactly.
back. I know 1 year, listen only for the other
Exactly.
picking. Not the other picking. President Sarko just say, he call it. He dropped a call from President Sarko. He write only say WhatsApp only. Really?
So, yeah, we know what's
even the talk. Yeah, with even the talk so self. Since that time, the way una be the worker, the match inside this winter, where all we know for this woman country, people that not sleep, people write letter, they march everywhere. This same man where everybody be love is so where it be comot, even abandon una for America they say it go the meeting where they go arrest you for Naira 10. Which the way he come back and tell people they say, I thank una for all that worker the way una be worker so. Even Secretary Chris will be working for Nigeria. I used to laugh that thing. I said, well, poor Secretary Chris. If they go to ask now which question for Nigeria. Because when you see person in action, now action go make you where you go say, is this person for real? Is this person really for real? Because I don't know, maybe for you, you've been in places where he must have said something that I thank you now, my fellow citizens of Amazonia, my brothers and sisters. Sorry,
I know here, thank you. We know
leave una go for Nigeria, they go catch me. I thank una say una march for do protest everywhere around the world for Naira 10, so that they don't move with for bunker, so that they bring I thank una. I don't know if una don't hear, maybe una fit share them. But for me,
no,
I never hear
them.
I don't be beautiful for meeting them.
Well,
I never hear.
Rachel, I want to talk something, but we try to continue. We pass this one, but we just know say Sesoko na the number one enemy. So we don't tell you say today anybody will hear anything about Sesoko, may just try inside trash. May nobody not follow you. Because any people that they follow you will consider them enemy. We'll go for next enemy them. You know, they're plenty.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay, I want to say that there are different classes there for enemy them, right? We get enemy the way they deal within us, where we don't discuss them, they be the most dangerous one them. But we also get enemy the way we know say an enemy, like Republic people them, where we know say an enemy. That one them, we feel fight that one on one because we know say that they come.
Right.
But there are some people that way when they give false information. I recently come across some video where somebody when they call them Sikot, make them. And I'm going to talk about one, I will mention the name. Sikot. I just say you be enemy for this revolution because you give wrong information. This video get to do with my trip to the draft, okay? He said the draft be the same as my trip to Boya. By the way, my trip to Boya was not a fault of the president. It be a fault of the system. But we don't go for that. He say that this draft money, they go for interim government. And people that go here, they go believe them. But we got to understand, say, every county, every LGA, they will give their payment information. And people, they pay for that payment information they will give them. Yeah. So Sikot, and they call your name today, say, may you go reverse what you talk because you do lie for the people them. When they start hear things like that, they know they believe we struggle. And that's an enemy to our journey to Boya. You are an enemy to the struggle. If you don't know the truth, don't say anything. If you don't know the truth, don't say anything. Rather be quiet and give false information. I want also say, enemy for we struggle. Now everybody where they touch money for we struggle, they use them for a personal self. If Amazonia then give you money, they trust you with the money, and you take the money and you use them for nothing. This includes people there for ground zero. Even if now we restoration fighters them, if they take money, they not do the thing where the money be meant for. Now enemies for a struggle. They need to take us to Boya. They need plenty. Santos, I don't want to mention that one. When I don't already see that video where our son Clovis will make them. Santos, in the work with Seko, na enemy to the struggle because no one take us to Boya. Tabenyang will be messed up when it be there for government, na enemy to the struggle. And they want just give some names, they want to forget the names them. One way it vexed me plenty, na never Fontem never. Fontem never don't come, it claims say it be for a struggle. Fontem never is not for a struggle. Any person when they deal with Fontem never, na enemy to the struggle because he get the agenda. Either he work for the Republic or he want na the Federation where he want them, he pretend. It go all around America, they go whole meeting from place to place, they invite people them, it lie for the people them. But when I watch out for Fontaine, when I watch out, at the tell when I watch out, now big enemy to our revolution. One eye on Boya, one eye on the enemy, never Fontaine. Our answer, my sister will not continue.
Yes, marriage and marriage adds more for the 2-year-old talk. You know, I like that this stage where we did because, like I mentioned,
Okay.
so we are at war and we don't have any sentiments. I want to mention say there is nothing like federation or you know, whether they find a federation or anybody where you know they for the freedom of Amazonia, he claims it of federation. Make her tell na part of na one Cameroon. We are not fighting for one Cameroon. So anybody want in one Cameroon, that is their business. We are fighting for Amazonia. So there is no way anyone will be using trying to do this smoke screen with federation. We are not sympathizing, collaborating, or uh, paying attention to anybody who is fighting for federation because that is one Cameroon and that doesn't concern us. We want an independent state of Southern Cameroon, now known as Ambazonia. And the good partner say the international community or the power brokers of the world don't they understand our story. And that is why we call on all Ambazonia who knows how to tell our story to come on ABC and keep telling our story until they believe us. They will not be doing this their conny business. One minute they say this, the next minute they're saying another thing. So we have to continue to emphasize that. And going forward, our resolve to go to Boya is steady, is unshakable, is one direction. We are going to Boya. So no matter all the enemies in any form they come, and Pay mentioned the lies about my trip to Boya. That name in particular is not so worth calling for me anyway, because that is who they have been from the beginning of time, creating fights between the restoration forces. That's the highest job they have done in this revolution, and it can only be the enemy. It's only the enemy that can knock the heads of restoration fighters. So,
She's breaking up. I don't know if people can really hear her.
I hear her.
um,
I can hear
okay.
her smoothly.
All right, thank you. So I would just round up the point by saying that we are heading to Boya, and no matter the many lies, see, let me tell us and our fellow people. Ma talk you want for pigeon. Sorry, I want to tell one mommy one papa of ground zero. So when no matter what you hear about the draft, and especially those that for diaspora, who lies the way they go come out about the draft from the enemy camp. No, it no go small. The one they hold on to hear and that's on a small thing. They one day they can't move am with the fake receipts, fake evidence,
Yeah.
then they go create them. It go even worse
Right.
past the one they will get them. They will get for remain focused on Boya. Thank you.
Yes, the thing I say, I go still talk say
Okay.
we shouldn't be ignorant of the device of the enemy. They are scheming. That is
Yeah.
scheme. All those our brothers and sisters, bona fide Ambazonians, people who were born in the northern zone, southern zone, former British Southern Cameroon, or call it West Africa, call it West Cameroon. I beg your pardon. If you know that you are faking things, creating narratives, writing fake stories to suit yourself because of one little chicken change that the enemy that has been persecuting us since 1961 up to today, they still have the guts to give you money and you take to sell your people. Know that that enemy is even afraid of you. That is why you see even those that are sitting in the parliament, those sitting in the senate, those sitting in the ministries in Yaoundé, all those bona fide Amazonian Southern Cameroonians, they are not sure of their lives. They have to keep begging like slaves. How can a prince be walking on foot and the master is the prince going on foot and the servant is riding the horse? Don't you know the bread basket? Don't you know your home, where you come from? Don't you know your own resources? You go and be picking crumbs under the table. Is it not a shame? Is it not a disgrace? We do not feel happy calling you that you are an enemy. You are just an ignorant, selfish person that does not know the left from the right. How can you leave a palace and go and stay in slum? You go and stay in high houses in Yaoundé and you leave your mothers in the village. They don't even have sanitary toilets, no roads to go to your village. And it's from that same village that they pump the petrol, they dig the gold, they dig the diamond. How do you feel? Are you really a human being in your own heart?
Human beings.
Big women. Are you a human being against your own people? We don't want to call you enemies. We are praying for you that God should touch your stony heart and give you fleshy hearts so that you know the truth and come back home like prodigal sons and daughters. It is a disgrace.
Yeah, we welcome them back. We welcome them back
And
home.
read Jeremiah 18, 1 to 12. Many of you will repent today or any time that you will pick up that Bible.
Amen, sis. Amen.
It is a message for us all.
I know what you're talking about. Yes,
You know what?
my
comfort, before you come in,
Yeah.
I just want to read something that just came on today. We mostly discuss now our own enemy, the way they did within us. But I want to just read something will just come to my view when our enemy when they're outside so that people get for pay attention. Unfortunately, I will read them just as you come. It's in English. La République genocidal strategies submitted by General Claude Mecca after his tour to Boya and Bamenda. This was in a closed-door meeting with their war council. Number one, use violent repression in tandem with other strategies to crush Ambazonian resistance. Number two, intercept and steal draft money sent by internet. Number three, massively recruit pointed black legs to infiltrate and create confusion among Ambazonians. Number four, interfere with social media accounts of, say, Facebook to distort and mutilate messages by the Ambazonian resistance movement. Number five, creation of numerous fake telephone numbers and Facebook pages, especially in the United States, to disseminate adversarial messages. So the reason I read this and I say the enemy go use only we own people them for create problems. They no say they don't get case. When I think about this, if La Republic be really knows a get case, why you not just she don't quiet? Say, okay, we'll go for that Swiss table, we'll go talk, we'll go crush on for table. They no say they not get case. That's why they use all methods for prolong our journey to Boya, because they no say, when we don't go sit down for that Swiss table, we present the facts. Boya will be out in no time. So they're afraid. They try always for enter inside our people them, use only our own people them for stop our journey to Boya. So we're going to put one eye to Boya, one eye on the enemy. Always.
Thank you.
Maggie, please. I don't eat. Can I please just chip in?
We don't exhaust that point now. If you now want time, we will take part two, maybe next week. If you now want time,
it's a good idea.
I think so. We'll talk on this because we'll never come back to this. I'm saying that I talk this once and for all. No, ever come back to this, please. I just want to comment on it. Yes. I know. No, I mean the one. No, I mean this one. I mean so this part we're talking today. We may take the other one to next week. I really beg. I want to say what I want to say now. So there's something. People who are making. We have listened too much about the Ambazonia war draft, right? People they don't talk say Ambazonia war draft now just virtual money. We just announce figures when we are receiving nothing. And before you listen again, the same mouth. They tell you say this money they saw. It will end up like money for my trip to Boya. Who that will help? First, now virtual money when it exists now only figures. Secondly, it go end like my trip to Boya. Thirdly, Sako don't drop our oil, they can't finish now finish. Which one we could hear? So I want to beg to our dear, loved, beloved, and resilient people from home say, make una choose una source of information wisely. Una mind who una dey listen to. If you get a question about the Amazonia war draft and you are at home, you there for either for Nigeria or for back home, make you call person for your LGA, ask him, make it clarify for you. Say, this is how we money the worker. Okay, not over listen because all those people that you don't cause confusion, they want for help we go use this money wrongly so that me go wrong, me they go out go clap. But there is no way it will happen because God is watching and God's wisdom that we're praying for will lead us, give us the grace to do what that money is meant to be done for. And secondly, I want to jump to for say people for diaspora. If you still get doubts about award, where it's going to, how it's managed, please do yourself a favor. Join your local government area, join your county, especially you don't contribute. Not send money for my country talk. I've been a country, people are not forget grow village talk, but no country talk. So my country talk, they talk say, make you not send money for stick. Not send money for stick, then she down for pack. Take enter inside meeting house, use yourself, she down for chair. Put your money for table, and they doesn't jangi money na for table. So that means you ask question every now and then. Ask your chairperson, say, this money we don't contribute, what they don't do with them. They ask the chief of staff, say, this money we don't contribute, what you don't do with them. Why this not the worker and that didn't work with me? I don't contribute my money for inside this house. And if you follow up like that, there is no way some distractor will come from somewhere, just say something and you jump on it. Why? Choose your source of information wisely. Listen to ABC, Alpha TV, ask questions, call some of us. I can tell you anything about Memema, Fako, even though I come up for Dongamato. So don't just listen to anybody. Advice. You know what contribute for award. Wait to be a concern inside. Wait to concern Njanga for inside salad. You know what contribute for award. So you on your mind.
I see go for petrol station.
Let's concern for petrol station about the enablers what we call elites and so on. At times, I turn a bit about some few inches of sympathy and share them with our Amazonian brothers who are living in La Republic and working with them. You are in the lion's den. You don't expect much from them. What I cannot tolerate. Now, when Adamu Musa and Patience Tampu and Eric Chinje and their likes, they go shit up America, write some paper in the name of some Cameroon Anglophone something diaspora, claiming, because these are the people who not take them lying down, because are the people that this way they stand on our way. When the international community wants me to listen to we, they jump inside. They did a agent provocateur kind of, I don't know, distractors, don't call them anything, and then they will tilt their direction again, go begin put attention on that and say maybe these people they don't change their mind. Meanwhile, now lunatic they don't come home and excuse me, I don't care. They call especially Adamu Musa and Tamfu, the Tamfu lady, because these people, amongst any other people, they sign that document. Not be so. These two are the column because they come out of Dongaman to where I come from. Patience Stanford is from New LGA, place when Garbu incident occur. If that will not mean anything for them, and they still go signing papers, making it look like we are still Anglophones, Cameroonians, and so on, living in a comfortable zone in the diaspora where you have nothing to fear. You know the truth and you cannot help tell. So that means they stop another Garbu from happening. So that means they stop another Bali and Babanki from happening. It is not funny. We know about Patience Stanford, it runs in the blood. Because if Papa Bibina, the person where we know about some 2004 or 2000 something World Cup where it happened for America, money loss. They say l'argent contre combien, you say l'argent est perdu entre Yaoundé et blah blah blah. That money be lost. Why? Because they want to go elect president for a National House of Assembly or something. The person where we get to win, if he been a politician, you see, the person was UNDP. As they don't go now, the moment they want that election, you know who will suspend that election? Now Tamfu, the father of Patience Tamfu, who is in the US now. He suspend and say, me they go for a short session, break small. He go cook up corruption. They take that money where they get to sponsor football and then they go America. They pay UNDP guide so that me then take the chair and leave for CPDM. Tamfu na person where all in life, since where they will launch SDF, any man will just suspect say get anything for do with SDF. if they write petition, they either move you for work or they send you for far away country. Their records are dirty, but we they spare us. And they call them now outrightly because this rubbish must stop. Other nonsense. I don't all of that people, there is no way we fit also we ignore them because they are standing on our way. But unfortunately, those are stepping stones because I don't talk. So when they raise a mountain in front of us, we will not pass. We will prove for them, say we'll go over it because Amazonia is a city built on a hill and nobody dares hide it. So
Yes.
we're determined and we can only make it home. That is the way to go. But they are warned. They are warned. Me, they no make and can't remain America. Sorry. So now I might take rest now because I come back home.
To come back for more.
Yes.
We
You
go.
know,
No,
you know
no,
what?
pardon me.
I want just take opportunity for just read out some names them. And the reason I read out these names and I say I believe say people they get for no. So that if they really want to go boya, they should not associate themselves with these people. That's the key thing. If when I want to go boya, when I'm looking for associate with ourselves with these people. And if we read these names them and the people they believe say they not be on blocking our way to Boya, we go challenge them. Say me they call ABC, come on the show on ABC, come prove for Amazonia and say they no be people the way they be enemies. When I understand right, I'll call their names now. But if I be wrong, so I don't call their name and they really not be enemy, they really want we struggle, then they get right for come for with ABC show can explain for Amazonia and say no, we might they be make mistake. They call we names them. We really want go Boya. Yes, so I will call some names and now. I believe say Ayaba Cho na enemy for the revolution. I believe say Akuro, Congo Success, Milan. We don't really talk about Ayuk. Capo Daniel, Shea Kavi, Sofoncha, Makongo. I'll call all the people the way me I know because this list long. Milton, Jesse Etambi, Tabayang, Mark Barretta, Eric Tato, Nalova B, Fontep, of course we know Atanganji, all the Dr. Lees, Helen Akonji, Ivo Tapang, even our pa John Frundi, where Bala Windows in a federation, so we not even get for mention the name. Dr. Santos, why did you call it Santos? So I don't call these names them. I guess I know when I probably know some more names them because today let's be blank. Let's call the names them we know. If these people they believe say they really want go boya, may they come for ABC can't tell us what did they really do. Where benefit our revolution for take us to boya. Now challenge that. If not, people the way they follow them, when I be to when they enable them and when I be enemies of our revolution, when I no one go boya. My sister when I take over.
Mape, me I go add my voice for this one for say this my sister then where they there for where will be there for that group Southern Cameroonian women in Europe. School. All of them, they know themselves. May all of them. May they feel calm. May Ijang Day, Eleanor Day, Paulette Day, um, Celestine, um, oh God, yeah, all of these
Well,
ones,
they're plenty.
they're
I don't think.
plenty.
I don't think. Yes, I don't think they will even need for read this GCE because people, me
No,
people appeal to their
we dey
consciences.
just come because
Yes.
when we dey talk for head, person fit say she don dey say na who dem don talk say me dem go dey talk wetin. Na sister dem that way I go like for them again for this journey. May we try for see evaluation be very
And
necessary for
and
everything
Mama
wey we dey
Rachel,
do. You see, so that make we see whether we fit try for say na how we don help ourselves. Na since when we be depart so na how far you don dey go. So that we go
Right.
evaluate and then if we not we can win some people home.
Exactly. Exactly.
and Mama
Yeah.
Rachel, I feel just talk something. We don't call names them for people the way I think say, remember the parable of the sower. And I see they don't fall on the roadside. These
Right.
people
Thank
they
you.
are conscious. Which way they drive them na their personal greed and share wickedness and callousness.
Oh, we lost Lady Casey.
Yeah, with the long Lady Casey. So I
Yeah, I
guess
think
anyone talk that
Yeah.
say, yeah, I believe it say these people that sit way, if they come back, if the fish show say they really want we struggle, they for the same page like we, they come back, we go welcome them back. Remember, I said this
right.
goal, our ultimate goal, I forget to Boya, and the many of us who will get to Boya, the better. So all these people, the way I don't call their names, and again, I get my reason why I call the names. I don't call all the names because the names are a bit more than this. Now, one the way me I believe for my own things, the way I don't see what they do them. I need just call them for no reason. I don't examine them. I
Right.
don't see things the way they do them. And then for me, the proof
That's true.
say they don't really want to go for Booyah. But again,
Right.
there's freedom of speech. They get opportunity for can say, okay, my sister, you make big mistake. You call my name that day. How dare you call my name? This is what I've done, A, B, C, D. And this is what I'm still doing. May they come home, we'll welcome them. All together, we'll go Boya. That's all.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
because why not? We feel only spread our arms, Marichel, if I'm allowed. We feel
Yeah, go
only
on,
spread
go
our
on.
eyes wide open because whether we like it or not, I've been listening for my senior comrade Daniel Fontu this afternoon. He talks say we may get different papa them, but now one mother Ambazonia born 8 million of us. And we cannot deny it. We cannot run away from that. We can only spread our arms wide open to receive brothers and sisters back home because, after all, there is only one Amazonia for 8 million of us. You know, so
Yeah.
if we be Amazonia and elephant meat, any man cut on go for shut up. But then there's no way if we stay quiet. You know, there are times when I look back into 2016, 17, even 18. You know, if I don't know whether when I remember the days of Takumbeng, we don't sit down for this table where I leave my chest open, we sit down for it, you talk, the cry, the whip out there. And people they pay money, would take care of these boys then before we finally build the IG. You mean shortly when they will take Sisiko out. You know, Takumbeng, we did a lot of marriage before you one can finally move, institute agencies and so on. We did this. So at times that they ask, say, oh dear, this used to be so sweet. We will sit down for a year, we will get a mentor where we there for our back with a man. You know, if the coach will tell, we would talk, we would get a good meeting at the back, we'll build, we'll get paid, they do this, do that, we'll get the person they produce, we will sit out there, we make money, and we spoke, we used to call people, say, mothers, just like we are doing today, like we do for our community, our women's community, mothers, dear sisters, and so on, and it was so warm. What happened? What happened to that love? What happened to that oneness? What happened to us? That we cannot be us again. What happened? You know, can we trace it? Because it's simple. Why are we even making something out of nothing just because we want to prove a point? Why people are dying? Why a baby is being born in the bush? Why a woman like me is padding herself with mouse plants because she can't lay hands on a toilet roll, talk less of a hygienic paper? Can we rise above this and think about those? We can only give meaning to the death of Mami Api, to baby mothers' brains being blown by these octogenarian bulubetic land grabbers, by being one, standing up and doing what we are good at doing. We are the ones wasting our own time, killing our own children, raping our own girls by breaking ourselves apart for no reason, just because we want to
Absolutely.
prove a point that will not take us one step forward. Let's think about it
So, yeah,
and come back home. Yes,
yeah, come
that's
back
what I
home.
can
Yeah,
say.
see, Malcolm, for you've really mentioned a lot of things that are so painful in this struggle. And that's why when we sit down, we check, we ask ourselves, but why are we setting ourselves behind? If we really want to go Boya, would it be so difficult we will not be united and work towards the same goal? Why some people they go behind, some they go behind, backwards? Even if you want a power, time they forget power. Now na time for us for get this struggle together where we win, where international community could say yes, these people they get a reason for fight for their for their independence. After we don't
Right.
get that independence, if you want power and people they believe say if you deliver, they go give you that power. If you force people, they give you power. You cannot force people to give you power. It will not last. So I want also say, I beg, because when you talk about the enemies for we struggle, even right now for ground zero, all these our restoration forces, the way they take information from the enemy. We say when they get phone call.
Make we talk the roundup small because
yes,
ABC team give we some extra time, so the minutes don't tick.
I just want to make this final point. Yeah, I want to just make this final point. Say, I want to appeal for we people that for ground zero, especially we restoration forces them. So when I don't really struggle all this time, no be time now for relent. No be time now for go take money either from La Republic or from some prisoners the way they did for Kundigi, where they would lie for when I say they get when our interest at hand. No, think about the long term. This struggle now for benefit, we picking them, we grand picking them, we great grand picking them. Let me forget gratification right now. You get a few million money for your pocket right now. You go chop them before you know it go don't finish. But if you build a country where you get a good system in place, economic system, social system, educational system, judiciary system, if you get all that one in place, then it will last forever and ever and ever. You are picking them, your great grand picking them, they go benefit. So right now, no be time for give up. I beg una for ground zero, army them. We restoration forces, no be time for give up. When I know he take anything from the enemy, whether na enemy when I Siseko or na enemy when I La Republic, when I not take anything, when I stay strong, we'll go for Boya together.
All right.
Thank you, my patience. Lady Casey, if you give us some.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I had some issues, so my system shut down. I don't know why. Yes, but I'm back. Yeah, I be just try for round I will just talk and then I go round up for today. I be just talk and say our enemies they don't show all their colors. They don't prove consistently over a period of time say they are not for the freedom of Southern Cameroons, now known as Ambazonia. So we don't try today for expand for our people they especially the one there for ground zero where they used to contact us. Hey, this thing not true. This way the man is talking not true. If it is not coming from ABC, Amber TV, just know that any other thing is a possible distraction. So you get for look out and take that information with a very critical mind. Anything where you push this revolution forward is supposed to give you hope. Yes, we will have questions. Now, why that way the president be start there at the IG Ground Zero Connect so that you can get clarification, you can get your question answers. We get a very solid LGA and county structure. And the contact number then are shared everywhere all the time, especially during this draft. There's a lot of contact information that have been floating around. But make sure so you get the right information. And if you are not sure, write to us, send a message on ABC Facebook page. You can write to Lady Casey, you can write to Mark Report, you can write to Paul Nilong, all the hosts, you can write to Ma Rachel, all the hosts on ABC Amber TV. And if they don't have the answer, they will direct you to who will give you the correct answer.
Absolutely.
So I want to just talk with Mama Papa and say they are doing an extraordinary job. And I will just conclude by saying that all the things they won't talk so no forget ground zero are on point. They know what they want. Now, why that they don't respect goes down? Now, why that they don't respect lockdown? Now, why that they don't send we the information, then when they don't send and when they happen for their environment, and they give we suggestion they continuously for which way they happen. And one appreciate their resilience, and at their resilience, they give us hope, and at their resilience, they give us the energy we get up despite how hectic the world and at the life demand. We know say their resilience combined with our fighting spirit not only boya will achieve. Thank you.
Amen.
Mark Comfort, we just have 3 minutes to go. 1 minute for you,
Okay.
2 minutes for me.
All right,
Okay,
sis, no problem. So thank you, sis. I just want to say for people where with the point fingers at today, it really hurts doing that to your own brother. But it hurts feeling that your brother is standing on your way, especially when we be in trouble. We're hurting like now. But then there is still time. you can repent and come back home. Because I just get a word for you to take home, especially if we don't mention your name today. Ask yourself to be honest. Wait till what you do now. How does it move this revolution forward? Wait till what you do now. Can it stop our children being killed? Can it really move the international community? Wait till where it do now. Can it move this octogenarian papa from his seat to Switzerland? If the answer is no, now why that way it's difficult for take Sisiko out of this whole show because it don't say a lot of things will accompany with through this revolution. Sisiko will just sometimes say if you write something for put on for social media, ask your question. This thing it will further this revolution how? It will help the other brother how? If the answer they on a negative, then withdraw. Sisiko because this revolution they so it not be no one man not will run this revolution. So nobody is indispensable. I am not. Lady Casey is not. Ma Rachel is not. Dr. Sako is not indispensable. Who means say every Amazonian fit run this revolution. But ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? All these things what he doing, how it is hasting the people them, both the Republic and the international community, so that make we meet for Switzerland. If the answer not click, because you know your conscience will tell you, if you're not correct, then please repent because we just want to get this mess out of the way so that maybe people come and rain enter house. A word to a
Okay.
wise, I think is enough. Thank you, Maricho.
Thank you very much. I thank all the mothers in the house. I thank my patients, the Secretary of State for Women's Services. We work tirelessly together, all of us here, trying to put these things together. Not because we do not know that each and every one of us know even more than what we have even said here. Some
All
of
right.
you out there
Yeah.
even know more
Yeah.
than what you heard. We
Absolutely.
are just doing the little one, that little drop that we can drop inside the ocean. This is what we are doing here. It's not because we have all the knowledge or we attend all the meetings or we have all the contacts or we have the time to come and sit down here to connect, to talk to people. It is just because we want to get to Boya. It's because we know the truth that, the revolution is in a travail, like a pregnant woman.
All
Ask
right.
yourself, it is
Perfect.
9 months.
Amen.
They say she cannot push by herself. She needs
Yeah.
somebody to come and sign for cesarean session.
Amen.
Are you that person withholding your signature for that cesarean session? Are you the person holding your pen not to sign for the pathway to Amazonia, the pathway
Hmm.
to Boya? This is why we took this eye, we put it on Boya. We took this other eye, we put it on you, who is holding that pen and you're not willing to sign. And this woman, either the baby dies and the woman dies. What are you going to say? But God Almighty, who is in heaven, will sign, even if you do not sign. That's why we have
Absolutely.
called names
Simple.
today. We have
Yes.
called names today. You are not in person our enemy because you are our brother, but your actions, check them. Check your check yourself in and out. Please, brothers and sisters, the Horizon has taken this outing today to talk to you. Next week, we will be coming with why must we go to Boya? And what have you been doing? What have been your undertaking so that you push us to go to Boya? That will be the topic for next week. We want to thank the Department of Women's Services. We want to appreciate our wonderful ABC TV team for the marvelous work they are doing to connect with us every week despite their own tight schedules. We want to worship you. Thank you, our viewers from all over the world, with your support through Facebook, with your comments that you sent to me. Unfortunately, I could not read anyone. I couldn't answer, but I will get to you later behind the scenes. Ladies and gentlemen, ABC TV needs your support. Join the ABC Amber team. Go to your ABC, your local government area, go to your county, do your contribution, draft yourself, and ask all the questions you want to ask so that when you are landing in Boya, you will land with your 2 feet. I want to thank all of you today. I wish each and every one of you a blessed weekend, a blessed week ahead. Till we meet next Friday. Stay safe, stay blessed. God is in control. Thank you very much. I am your humble host, Ma Rachel. God bless you all.
Thank you, sis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Hello, Cape Town. Let's do it. Let's do it for Virginia. Let's do it for the children. Are you there, Cape Town? I love you.
Azamo, sing about coronavirus. Listen.
Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. You go up, you go down, you go left, now side we go running down. You go down, you go up, you go right, now side we go running down. Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. You go up, you go down, you go left, now side we go running down. You go down, you go up, you go right, now side we go running down. Corona, why you take my brother go? Corona, you know no rich people. Corona, you know no color. COVID-19, you know no poor people. Corona, you know no man of God. Corona, COVID-19. Corona, why you do me so? Corona, why you kill my sister? Corona, why you take my brother go? Stay inside house, always wash your hands, always wear your mask and keep social distance. Needy shake your hands, needy touch your face. Drink your concoction, my brother. Corona, you the spread up. Corona, you the killer. We must take care, make me stay for house. We must take care, make me wash our hands. You are not tired for drink concoction. You are not tired for drink concoction. We must take care, keep social distance. We must take care, don't forget your mask.
Corona, where do you come from? I beg, tell me, what do you want to? I beg, tell me, you make me tingling. Now I go tingling.
We don't win you, we don't conquer you, One concoction, he don't finish you. One concoction, he don't finish you. We are covered with the blood of Jesus. We are covered with the blood of Jesus.